We didn't forget about you. We didn't forget about you. I know it's been a while. Life happens, but we wouldn't forget about Broncos versus Raiders. We wouldn't forget about that. Here's the pregame 30 minutes, actually a little bit less. We're going to get out of here by 2 o'clock, let you get settled, enjoy this game. Can't wait to go live next with my friend, maybe friends. We'll see. How about right about now? Welcome back, and welcome to the Denver Bronco Roundup podcast. Kenny's got his guns. Look out. He's coming out shooting today, man. It's the Broncos. It's versus the Raiders. Can't wait to talk. It's been a while. Thanks, everyone who's hung out waiting for us. But we wouldn't do, we wouldn't go into the week without at least doing a quick pregame show. We want to get what you guys want to talk about. But we also got our good friend Kenny Kirkpatrick here. My name is Keith Brugman. Kenny Kirkpatrick is over there, if you're watching on screen. And he's here, and he's always prepared, and he's got some great thoughts and ideas around this game. What do you got for us, Kenny? And welcome to the show, buddy.
Thank you. A little pregame show. It's all about the Broncos here. We're not going to talk about anything else. We got a postgame later. Don't matter what the records are. It's a rival game. It's the rival. They're going to come prepared, the Raiders, so they're going to give you their best shot. Broncos are going to come with their best shot. I'm excited. We've got about 20 minutes to go over the game preview with everybody and some predictions and some questions from the audience as well. We'll just go along with it and play along, audience. We'll have some questions for you as well.
Dan's coming in here and saying, let's go Broncos. Time to get take the trash out. The lost Vegas Traders, Denver Broncos for life, man. Got the trash talk going early as it happens to be in a rivalry game. I would expect no less. Rivalry. I mean, the Raiders probably have a little special place in my heart because my next door neighbors were Raiders fans and Bo Jackson fans, and so, you know, came football time, and I was a Broncos fan. Just gave a little extra, like Graham coming in and saying, "Go Broncos! Good to see you, my friend." Kenny, we can get into the injuries. We can get into who's not playing. We can get into our expectations. But I always end up pushing your best ideas to the very end, and we end up doing half of them. So we're going to push all of that to the very end. All I'm going to say is, there is big expectations for the Broncos to go in there and be able to own this game. We'll talk about it more at the very end, but I want to get to what you want to be talking about because, like I said, I think you have an amazing little game in front of us, man. What do you got for us, my friend?
We got a few minutes before game time, so we're going to have fun. Broncos are in Las Vegas, and what is big in Las Vegas? Slot machines. So the Broncos... We're going to play the Broncos slot machine, and Keith's going to play along with me, and everybody else in the audience, you're going to play along too. I want to know what it's going to take to hit the jackpot on certain players. So we're going to talk right out of the gate, Keith. Spinning the slot machine. Bo Nix comes out. What does Bo Nix have to do to make that jackpot hit up in Las Vegas?
Let's see. If it's coming up 3 reels, I'm going to say 3 things. He needs to hit the deep ball. He needs to be able to convert on third down, and he needs to be able to check to the right play. It's not always going to be a passing play. I don't like 45 attempts like we had last week. Those 3 things, Bo Nix, jackpot. That's my thoughts, man.
Love it. Yeah, and I think he's got to have a big game. I think they're going to pass on this team today. Like you said, I think you see some deep shots. I think this game's going to be higher scoring than people think. And I think the Raiders are going to come out with their best shots. So I think the Broncos are going to have to come out firing on offense. I like it. Let's switch sides. Let's go play a little blackjack here, Keith. And I want to know what Sean Payton and Vance Joseph have to do to improve to get that blackjack hand.
Boy, what does Sean Payton and Vance Joseph need to do to get that blackjack hand? Vance Joseph needs to continue to get tricky. If it comes down to that 15, that 16, I don't think you can go ahead and let up. I think you need to continue to be aggressive. That's one of the things that I think this defense feasts on. And when they play kind of non-aggressively, I think that's when they pay. For Sean Payton, it would almost be the opposite. I don't need him to be flashy. I don't need him trying to show off to the entire table by pushing in big chips on every single hand. I need him to be calculated in how he's going to play his game and how he's going to get, his 21s. And when they come, that's when the big bets are out. So not big bets all the time.
Yep, and I think you hit it on the net, hit it 100% there. I think you're going to see a more aggressive Broncos defense. Let Geno Smith make some mistakes. I think there's the ace in the hole that you get on the backdoor blackjack. And Sean Payton's going to have a better game. He's going to be the face card. He's going to call a great play there. So there's our little take on blackjack. I'm going to switch over to the defense now. We're going to start with our pocket aces, Texas Hold'em fans out there. Nick Bonito and Jonathan Cooper are pocket aces to start a Texas Hold'em hand. What are you expecting from those two today?
Boy, it should be big things, Kenny. I mean, we should see maybe ace right off the bat to match these hands and be sitting pretty from the get, just all at that point, you're just playing the game and trying to draw out as much as you possibly can and cash in big. I don't see any reason that they can't be big. I'm a little bit more worried about the interior, but the guys on the edges, no reason to be scared of Ashton Genty, and Geno Smith should be running for his life.
Love it, and I agree once again. Let's play the hand now. So now we got our pocket aces. Here comes what they call the flop, the next 3 cards. I'm going to call those the linebackers. What on the flop, what do the linebackers have to do? Here comes the third ace, the linebackers. What do they have to do today to make that defense even better today?
It very well could be up to the defense. Geno Smith is going to be out without his number 1 weapon. Deontay Thornton Jr. is out for this game. And I know Brock Bowers is there, but I'm talking like wide receiver, right? They could be trying to turn to Ashton Genty as Graham says that the biggest worry is DJ Jones probably being out right now. When it comes to Dre Greenlaw, when it comes to Alex Singleton, they better be playing the run because I think we could get a heavy dose of Ashton Genty. So, I mean, whatever that means, man. I mean, that's the expectation out of that linebacking crew. I'm not even going to worry as much about Brock Bowers. That's going to have to be a safety. That's going to have to be Jahdae Barron. I'm not going to put that responsibility necessarily on these linebackers. They'll need to fill the role that maybe Malcolm Roach can do as well.
You nailed my question. I was going to ask you, could we see somebody in the secondary covering Brock Bowers because he's more of a wide receiver than just a natural tight end? So
And and,
he's a
and, and don't rule out Jaquan McMillan, because I mean that guy has been playing lights out for a guy that was supposed to be off this roster. All of a sudden, he's one of the most important pieces in this secondary that continues to shut people down.
Yep. The last community cards are out. The flop. Here comes the turn and river. We get a fourth ace. It is the secondary. We just talked about Jade Barron maybe covering Bach Bowers or somebody, Jaquan McMillan. What else are you expecting from PS2 and Riley Moss today?
Well,
To
like
get
I
that
said,
four of a kind.
that's the nice thing, is then you start looking at this roster, and Deontay Thornton Jr. has been their biggest threat. Beyond that, now you're talking names like Tyler Lockett and Trey Tucker. So becomes a little bit more manageable, I think, across the board. Riley Moss, keep those boxing gloves on all week, hopefully. I think he had a great game last week, and we don't need any penalties that'll extend drives for the Raiders via penalty. And especially ones that, let's face it, Riley Moss sometimes commits. I just want to see progression from PS2. I didn't think he had the best game last week, but he's coming back off that injury. So just continue to get good, because we need it when the playoffs come. But it shouldn't be a huge test. I don't expect a big test from this wide receiver core from the Raiders or Geno Smith.
Yeah, we just don't get tricked on a trick play. I could see them maybe trying a trick play to open things up, trying to get momentum early and catching the Broncos napping a little bit. Stay out of that, Vance. Don't get caught, being too aggressive early, because you may see some trickery here from the Raiders early in this game. I got one more for you, Keith. We're going to go back to the offense, and we're going to play a little roulette. Broncos roulette wheel has just blue and orange instead of red and black. And the Broncos roulette wheel has higher numbers. The roulette wheel goes to 36, but we're just going to play the roulette wheel. Who has to be, what number player? So Cortland Sutton, Pat Bryant, who needs to be the guy, the playmaker today for the roulette to cash in on our roulette number in the Broncos roulette wheel?
We only get one,
or tight end. We can go
wide receiver or tight end that we should look at. Well, I said it that I thought that we should get Cortland Sutton back into the mix on the last podcast. As much as I'd love to run towards Evan Ingram, I think Evan Ingram will be used when he can be used, and he's been fairly good when called upon in key moments. I'd like to say Pat Bryant. I'd love to say Marvin Mims, but right now, make sure you got that Cortland Sutton connection. I said it last episode, so I'll stick with that, man. But there's a lot of great candidates there.
I like number 14's a lucky number. Put all your chips on number 14 on that Bronco
14,
roulette
yes.
wheel
I forgot the number. It was a number game. 14, yes. 14 is where I'm putting my number.
Dan's going with Pat Bryant for a breakout game, so we're going to put some chips on Pat Bryant too. And Pat Bryant is number. It was third. What number's Pat Bryant?
13. Yeah, I was going to see if you had it on your lips, man, but you didn't.
We got
want
13 and 14 covered on the Bronco roulette wheel.
That would be both orange and blue then.
Let's go. And then you know what? I'm going to put a couple dollars on the running backs. I'm not expecting a big run game today. I'm expecting the Bo Nix passing game to be elite today. Raiders defense is not very good. And as long as you block Max Crosby, Keith, I think we're going to be good. But there was a little twist. We're in Vegas. The Broncos went to the casino and they played some games, and they hit the jackpot on the slot machine, what Bo Nix needs to do, Keith, in Keith's words. We played some roulette. We played some Texas Hold'em. We had it all covered, and blackjack as well with the coaches. So we're all over, and I think the Broncos did pretty well, Keith.
I think they did pretty well, buddy. I think they did pretty well. Excuse me. Should have muted my mic. But just to get back, a great piece, man. Great piece, man. Had me on my toes. Hopefully everyone liked the answers, but hopefully you had a few answers of your own out there. My thoughts are this. I just want to get your thoughts around this game. I want to get your thoughts around the mindset of the Raiders coming in, the mindset of the Broncos coming in, and like you said, you think this could be a high-scoring game, and you kind of alluded maybe this is a closer game than most would expect in that fashion as well. So, what are your thoughts around this? I'd love the outside perspective, especially because, we're all wrapped up being Broncos fans, and as much as you'd love to cover them, you're a Giants fan first.
Yeah, and you know what? I'll tell you this. We saw a 10-7 Thursday night game a couple weeks
Mhm.
ago. That's one reason why I think you're going to see the total opposite. I think you're going to see more aggressiveness in this game. They've had time to prepare for each other. They know what each other showed the first time around. You're going to get the Raiders' best shot. I think you're going to see a trick play or two from the Raiders. I think you're going to see an open playbook from the Raiders. They're going to come out firing. Does that mean a win for the Raiders? No, but you're going to get their best shot. And I do think they're going to score around 20 points in this game. And for the Broncos, I think you're going to see the same thing. Sean Payton has been calling a trick play every game. Have they hit home runs on him? No, but he has called a trick play every game. I think you're going to see something today as well if he needs it. And I think the pass game, I think Bo Nix is going to have 300 plus yards. I think Cortland Sutton, like you said, is going to have a big game. And Troy Franklin was absent last week. We didn't see much from him. I think he goes back to Troy Franklin a little bit in this game as well, and exploit that weak secondary and linebacking core for the Raiders. I think the Broncos will take advantage of that. I think they're going to get off to what we haven't seen recently, a fast start. And I think that's going to continue right into the second half today. And if you want my prediction, because we're getting close on the time already, I'm going to say Broncos hit the 30 mark today.
Okay.
And hit 31. And I'm going to say 20 for the Raiders. And it's going to be close in the fourth quarter, like always. It's going to 24-20, but the Broncos will get a late touchdown to pull away by 11 and win this game. So there'll be some nail biting, but don't bite too hard. The jackpot's coming. The four of a kind's coming. The roulette wheel's going to hit. And our blackjack hand's going to hit with the coaches in the fourth quarter. So we're going Vegas, baby. We're going all in. Chips are all in. And let's hit that jackpot.
Mm-hmm. In all seriousness, no, or kind of maybe a little serious, little fun. You fly into Vegas. You got your clothes on your back. You're feeling good. You check into the nice hotel. Sometimes things go as expected. And heck, maybe you've upgraded to first class when you're leaving. Sometimes you're taking the Greyhound home, Kenny. I take it the Broncos aren't going to be taking the Greyhound home. How would you describe their flight home from Vegas as they leave after your predicted victory?
After the scare last week in Washington, you get to fly back home to the same time zone pretty much. You're going. It's going to be a lot of Bronco fans tonight, or in a few minutes, in Vegas. First class tickets for the whole team. They'll have their shrimp cocktail for an appetizer. They'll have their steak dinners. They're gonna ride high heading back home next week and improve to 11-2 after today. I didn't realize Dan's Pat Bryant comment was a question, Keith. I want to hit that real quick. Sorry, Dan. We took that as I took that as you were playing along with the game, but I just looked and it's a question mark at the end. I want to know if Pat Bryant has a breakout game today, Keith.
I mean, you talk about that roulette wheel. As I started going through and I said Cortland Sutton, and then you said I think it should be Troy Franklin, and then I mentioned how Marvin Mims should get back involved in this offense, and then here comes Dan with Pat Bryant. We'd love to see the continuation of what we've seen from Evan Inc. I mean, literally, it's like a roulette wheel. Close your eyes, put down your marker, and I really think it could be any one of these guys. Could it be a breakout game for Pat Bryant? Absolutely. Absolutely. Could it be a game where we see one catch on 2 targets? I could see that as well, unfortunately. One thing I would say, Sean Payton is going to play his game. And the one thing that we've seen with Sean Payton when he plays his game, and I'll get to my prediction, then we're going to get it out of here so you can all just enjoy the game, enjoy the butt whooping we're about to put on these Las Vegas Raiders. I don't think it's going to be necessarily I just can't predict a big victory. It seems like Sean Payton's way to play is to play it close, play it tight. You know, if things happen otherwise, great. So I'll be with you, man. I think it's going to be a turnaround from what we saw, but I think it's going to be like a 21-27 victory, a couple of field goals, only the difference in between these two. It's a victory for the Denver Broncos. I don't think we're popping corks of champagne on the ride home, but I think we take the victory home nonetheless, and we're sitting in first class and we're enjoying it for the 24 hours that we do. So that being said, Kenny, any final thoughts before we get out of here? We go watch this amazing football game.
Final thoughts. Enjoy the game, everybody. Go order your pizza, burgers, whatever you're doing. Enjoy the food. And we'll see everybody post-game show. Let's hope for another victory for the Broncos come 3 hours from now. So we'll see everybody in a little while. Enjoy the game.
Yeah. We keep going. I mean, just stacking them. We went past 6, 7 and on to 8 and 9. Can't wait to get another victory, hopefully right back onto this show, guys. Post game, get here right after the game. Denver Bronco Roundup podcast, part of the Rocky Mountain Sports Network. We'll talk maybe more about our amazing sponsor, Morgan Trinkets, for all your Southwest jewelry, pottery, and estate gold after the game and after the victory. Let's get out of here. Thank you so much for everybody that's been here, part of the posse, and we're going to get out of here until right after the game. I mean, it feels like it's just like a few minutes away. So see you in a little bit, man. Can't wait. Enjoy, everybody.